My name is Kaihan Krippendorff. I'm the founder of Outthinker. We're a peer network of chief strategy officers. I'm also the author of 6 books, including Proximity, Driving Innovation from Within, and Outthink the Competition. Reinvention is different than transformation in that it is the abandoning of the old. I think that there are kind of 5 phases to that, but the common definition is that you abandon the old and reform as the new. I think we need to retire the business practice of waiting for certainty before we take action, because we're going to be facing a world of constant uncertainty for some time period, and we'll be stumbled into inaction if we don't have the ability to move in the face of uncertainty. I think the most underrated trend that people are sleeping on right now is not a trend, but rather the interconnection of the trends. And that is what separates people who are able to see what the next transformation should be and those who don't. It's the connection of things. And in my most recent book, what I propose is that the interconnection of lots of trends, including AI and digitization and advances in APIs and the transforming of individuals into digital customers, is this idea of proximity, which is across every industry. What we see, the trend is, that explains all of that, is that value is going to be delivered and created closer and closer to the moment that demand appears. So individual speakers today have been amazing so far, and I'm looking forward to the rest. Nadia, I love how she laid out the discontent that there is among employees and all people with the current state of organizations. I love that Aidan is able to pull together insights from so many speakers that he's had in his conferences, on his podcast, and be able to show this common linkage of that we need to abandon the old. We need the old to die and regenerate. And that regeneration is not an ending of the old, but it is the feeding of the new, which allows the things that we create to evolve forever. Rita McGrath, I am a huge fan of hers and have become a friend of hers. She's spoken to a lot of our groups, and I love all of her work. But what she did today was unveil something that she hasn't yet talked a lot about. It's a book that isn't yet published, and it is about this idea of a permissionless organization. And I think that is key of moving from a traditional hierarchical organization into something that she's starting to draw the contours of that is non-hierarchical is the key to transformation and to being resilient in today's fast-paced, digital, purpose-driven world. Kahn from Patagonia, it was fascinating to hear the Patagonia story. I have read about it and I've studied it, and I think that a thing that most people overlook when it comes to strategy is the fact that you need to be conscious of who you are serving. And people say they're serving the customers, but really in a capitalistic organization, what you're ultimately serving is your investors. And so we pick our customers, right, to design our business models around them, but we don't think consciously about who our owners are. And what Patagonia did by taking its investors, its traditional investors, and transforming them into an organization that owns the company, that really is purpose and socially driven, is transformative. I think more companies should look at that.